My name's Fred Wollman. I partner with families to plan their financial affairs for life. This video is a checklist for actions for both generations, adult children and their aging parents, on how to plan that final transition. Now, my contact information is at the end of the video with my phone number, newsletters, websites, all of that. But let's start with the list. You know the list. What banks have money in them? What are the account numbers? What are the balances? And your safe deposit box key. Where is it? Which bank? And who has access to the box? And if you keep cash in the house, where is it? And the rental property. Who are the tenants? Who's the property managers? What's their phone numbers? And all those credit cards, mortgage lenders, account numbers, PIN numbers, phone numbers, logins, password information for each and every account you have online access to. Is the list current? And if you're using a password manager, make sure that someone has access to the password to access the password manager to get the passwords. And your attorney, your tax person, the casualty agent, the life insurance agent, the investment person, phone numbers, emails, account numbers, contact information for all of those people, plus any pensions. Did I say PIN numbers before? Are there survivor benefits on the pensions? Life insurance policies. Have you thrown out the old ones that you canceled years ago? And your will, your trust, your healthcare directive? Who has copies? What is the current version and where is it? See, without a list, the scavenger hunt begins. Without help from you, the newly deceased, this hunt will take hours, weeks, months, maybe even years. The scavenger hunt begins with that pile of paper you left on top of the desk or, the kitchen counter. Then it's time to open up the desk drawers and finally the filing cabinet. You know the one, the place where you've been stuffing paper for decades. The cabinet will have some really important information, but mostly contain worthless pieces of paper that you just never threw out. However, your family will be forced to look carefully at every page because they have no idea what might be trash or what might be a clue to finding assets. If you hate your family, just leave all this junk behind and let them sort it out. However, if you have a soft spot for them in your heart, go through the filing cabinet and get rid of all of the old, worthless paper. You can give your family help, direction, or maybe even do most of the heavy lifting, or send them on the scavenger hunt. It's your decision on how much trouble it's actually going to be worth, or it's going to take to settle up your estate. A couple of suggestions. Consider consolidating the banks. I mean, how many institutions do you really need? Can you get it all down to maybe one or two banks? And get rid of all those stock certificates or shares that are held in book entry at transfer agents like ComputerShare. Open up a brokerage account at Schwab, Merrill Lynch, Voya, and have all the stocks and mutual funds held in that one account. That way your executor completes one set of paperwork to change the registration instead of a set of paperwork for every stock certificate, every transfer agent, every mutual fund. And do your homework. Find out if it's in your best interest to consolidate the multiple IRA, 401k, retirement accounts into a single IRA account. And make sure the beneficiary designations for IRAs, 401ks, annuities, life insurance policies are the way you want them to be. Because you can change all that while you're alive, but not after death. And don't be like the guy who left his IRA to his ex-wife and not the current one. Oops. Finally, get legal advice and don't be cheap. I mean, you don't have to go to the most expensive lawyer with the biggest office that has a view. But I've seen multiple cases of people not wanting to spend money for professional help, ending up costing their family thousands of dollars due to bad or just uninformed decisions. And finally, talk to your legal, accounting, and financial advisor, because each of them is going to have a different perspective and maybe a different opinion, and you're going to want to hear all of it before you decide what's best for you. And finally, consider talking to your family. Tell them of your plans. Let them know your feelings and why you're making decisions the way you're making those decisions. This is your money and it's your decision. Call me if you have questions. I'm not an attorney and I'm not giving legal advice, but I went through all of this with my parents, and then I went through it with my wife and her parents, and over the last 3 decades I've had experience with multiple families and clients dealing with this situation, and I'm happy to listen and to share. So if you find these ideas helpful and would like some information on similar topics or would like to subscribe to my newsletter, please visit my website, fwollman.com. Thank you very much for watching.